Hey, it's Business Broker Dave. Today is going to be a little bit of an advanced video. It's really targeted to those small business owners who do about $3 to $5 million in top line gross sales. If that's not you, you're free to watch the video, but it's really going to be targeted to those small businesses. Once again, do about $3 to $5 million in revenue. Okay, here's the video. We're going to talk about arbitrage today. What is arbitrage? Is it just something that you see on Wall Street? Well, yeah, that's usually when you see maybe a currency pair trade or a short long trade in the same sector, but it gets a little complex. That's not what I'm talking. What I'm talking about is arbitrage outside of Wall Street. Now, I'm sure a lot of people in the comments might be thinking retail arbitrage, which, by the way, I love, and I love the hustle. Retail arbitrage is buying a brand new item at one place and selling it at another place. Whether, let's say, you're buying something on the clearance rack at your local retail store, and then you turn around and selling it online, you're making the spread on it. Most people can comprehend that, but here's where the fun gets involved, I should say. When you are a small business owner, you have a few ways that you can expand your business. Organically, word of mouth, pay-per-click advertising, networking. A lot of different items can make you grow your business. And once again, if you're in that target segment that I'm looking to bring this message to, in that 3 to 5 million, you've already pretty much won. You've taken either a business that you currently purchased and maintained or grew it to the level of 3 to 5 million, or you started from scratch, which even say, wow, you really know what you're doing. But here's where the fun comes in. Business arbitrage, small business arbitrage. What is that? What are we talking about? Once again, this is a little advanced. I'm going to keep it very, very simplistic just to get the message across, and we'll go from there. When you have a business, once again, this is keeping it very, very simple, very basic. You have gross sales, cost of goods, expenses, the net. Now, yes, there's all different types of stuff in there, whether you're doing depreciation, amortization, a lot of different line items that will be in your tax returns. We're not talking about that. I'm keeping it super simple. Gross sales, cost of goods, expenses, the net number. Now, when you have your business, you pretty much understand those. Most businesses are going to run anywhere from, depending on where your margins are, as low as 5% to as high as 45, 50%. But that sweet spot is probably going to be about that, 15 to 20%. Those are the gross sales, what it costs you to get that product, and then your expenses and your net is left over. So when you have that, and you have that business, you are at that 3 to 5 million in gross sales, you're at the crossroads. You're probably thinking to yourself, do I want to sell the business? Do I want to keep it? Do I want to grow? Those are the three options. You want to sell the business? Yeah, I can help you do that. That's easy, but that's not what this video is about. If you just want to keep rolling the way you're doing, that's great too. But the third way, and this is what this video is about, is doing roll-up, also known as bolt-on acquisitions. They're fancy words, but in English and really making it super simple, it's just buying something that's a like kind business like. So let's say you have a landscaping company that does commercial and residential accounts, might have, 1,000 accounts, keep it simple. And you say, I want to grow the business. Well, you could do some mass mailing, some videos, some sales funnels, digital marketing. There's a lot of different ways you can get more clients. But the quickest way, there's not even a close second. The quickest way that you're going to expand your business is buying something that's so using that landscaping, the quickest way you're going to do it to expand it is buying more accounts. So let's say you are dominant here in Tampa and you say, I want to go to Orlando. Well, you can expand and go through the grassroots of getting your name out and stuff like that, or just buy an account that has all the accounts already there. Buy another 1,000 accounts. You can go get an SBA loan and a 7A program. And if you're already in the business, you're going to meet your experience qualifications, and it's just basically getting funding, negotiating that price. Here's where this video all comes together. When you're analyzing a company and those companies are being offered for sale, they're going to be offered on a multiple of earnings. Now, each segment's different. Some will be offered on EBITDA. Some will be offered on discretionary earnings. Some will be, very few are on an EBIT alone, not versus EBITDA. It's different, a different segment of the market. But most small businesses, those are like 10 million and under, are either going to be discretionary earnings or those factors. When they're looking at that business and they have that business out there, they're going to have, once again, keeping it super simple, gross cost of goods, expenses. Here's the kicker, and this is where the arbitrage comes in. Will you need, as a business, 2 accountants? Will you need 2 attorneys? Will you need 2 HR departments? Will you need 2 warehouses? Will you need 2 electric bills? You get the idea. Now, if you're in multiple locations, yes, you're probably going to need a couple leases, but you might only need 1 HR department. You might, 1 accounting, whether it's a person or a company, you're dealing with 1 cost is what I'm trying to. So as you're looking at this company, it may be priced at a multiple that takes into account those expenses for somebody that's just buying that as that standalone business. But because you're already a successful business owner and you're expanding, you're acquiring these companies, and let's just keep it simple. Let's say this is $5 million top line, cost of goods another $2 million, and you got $1 million in expenses, $1 million net, and it's trading at a 4 multiple, 4 to 5 multiple, so about $4 million. But let's say out of those $1 million in expenses, $500,000 so you're going to wipe out $500,000 expenses. Well, if you put a 4 to 5 multiple on that $500,000 just added an extra $2 to $2.5 million in value. It's called enterprise value, by the way. Your enterprise value to your business. So you're bolting and you're expanding fast because you made that. It's called the arbitrage spread. You made that spread. Expenses aren't going to double up. Yes, you're going to go higher, but you're not going to have 2 of everything line item across. This is one of the secrets that a lot of companies getting over that hurdle from Main Street to upper Main Street, dipping their toe into the M&A. M&A gets tossed around a lot. True M&A is actually acquiring other companies to make you grow basically at light. So what's a popular company like an HVAC company or a roofing company or anything that's service based that has accounts like a cleaning company, things like this. You can expand very, very fast by like-kind companies using the leverage of financing through the SBA 7(a). And when you're calculating it, you're calculating at those multiples, but that hidden thing that in the back of your mind. By the way, you don't mention this out in your negotiations, or you'll end up paying a higher. But you look at, I'm going to save $500,000, $1 million, $1.5 million, $2 million in expenses that aren't going to transfer over. They're not going to double up. So when you have that, you own Wall Street master, or should I say Main Street master. Anyways, I hope this video helped, gave you little ideas. Once again, it's a little bit more advanced than my normal videos, but I hope it brought some enlightenment to you. If it does, leave a comment, leave a like, share, all that good stuff. As always, if you're looking to buy, sell, grow, or just be awesome in the small business arena, especially in the Tampa Bay area, you know who to call. Business Broker Dave at LoboBusinessSales.com.